What's up, everybody? On today's video, we're going to take a tour through Southwest Florida. We're going to start on Cemetery Road, and then we're going to go on Orange River. This is around the Buckingham area of Fort Myers. So this is the east side of Fort Myers. I'll zoom out real quick and show you guys where we're at. So here's the city of Fort Myers, way over here. So we're starting off on the east side. We'll take Orange River all the way back to Palm Beach Boulevard, at which point we'll pass under Interstate 75, go right through Palm Beach Boulevard, and we'll slide all the way along Palm Beach Boulevard until we reach downtown Fort Myers, which starts right about here. These are the big two buildings you'll see on the skyline right there. Well, once we're in downtown Fort Myers, we're going to drive around the historic district in downtown, which is all this right here. And then eventually we're going to find ourselves heading across the US 41 bridge. Not the Edison Bridge, but this one right here, the Tamiami Trail Bridge. Across and into North Fort Myers. We'll go all the way through North Fort Myers on 41 until we hit Bayshore. No, we didn't go that far. We went a little bit further back, right here on Pondella. We'll turn on Pondella. You'll notice the mobile home parks, and then the rest of the drive will be just going across Pondella to about where La Casita Boricua Latin restaurant is. What's up, everybody? We're in Buckingham right now, and we're gonna head to Fort Myers. Let's do it. Alright guys, so now we're riding down Cemetery Road. This is a very rural area. There's cattle. Just like this guy right here, he's got a bunch of antique cars on his driveway. You'll notice on the left up ahead, there's a cemetery. And according to local legend, there's a pirate that was buried right here in this cemetery. He was actually involved with a bunch of bank robberies and other criminal activities in the early 1900s, and they had a gang that would go around and kind of pirate boats that were passing on the Caloosahatchee River. So here's the cemetery coming up on the left, and you'll notice that there's some type of monument and all that going on. And that little cemetery right there, you know, after the hurricanes and stuff, this is what happens a lot of times in the South. So, you know, after the hurricanes or heavy flooding, they have to attend to repairing it. So we're now crossing Orange River right there, which is also another area that tends to kind of flood a lot after hurricanes. So now we're on Orange River heading into Fort Myers. You'll see on the right Buckingham Farms, very good local restaurant with a lot of organic and natural things. Great little low-key spot. You guys have been asking me lately why I don't narrate my drive around videos. The reason is they just don't get enough views to where it's worth the time and effort that goes into narrating and editing and uploading a video. It's just more effort than pays off. So I would do it. I have no problem doing it, but our audience just isn't big enough for that. There's a gas station right there. This little area is probably the roughest little spot along the drive today. It's kind of right to the east of Palm Beach Boulevard and Interstate 75. Now we're on Palm Beach Boulevard. You can see Interstate 75. We're still heading westbound. Incredible, but a few people have actually been lost recently between these little gas stations right here along Palm Beach Boulevard, the one on Orange River. So despite the fact it is Fort Myers, there are spots that are kind of dangerous. Now we're passing along Palm Beach Boulevard. This is known to locals as the Hispanic Business District along Palm Beach Boulevard. It's a lot of older buildings, and the city puts a lot of pressure on the migrant communities, which means sometimes the businesses really struggle because the customers are afraid to be out and about with police immigration type raids going on, and just a heavy police presence that kind of intimidates a lot of the people that are migrant workers. I used to eat at a lot of Latin restaurants on Palm Beach Boulevard. Recently, I'm not going here as often as I used to. The restaurants are really struggling. They can't get enough customers through the door, so the food's not as fresh. They don't have as much stuff on the menu. Endless list of complications due to the fact that the migrant population is the customer base. Y con los azotes de la policía, a lot of the times people are just afraid to get out and about. Not sure what the strategy is with that, but it's definitely keeping Palm Beach Boulevard a desolate district where the businesses are struggling. A lot of the business owners have just walked away from their businesses and sold them to other people that don't care about it as much as they used to. Just a lot of destroyed dreams along Palm Beach Boulevard. It's not vacant and abandoned yet, but it could definitely be that way if the city continues to keep pressure on the spot. Look at this Caprice Dunk. Son, the thing is fresher than a mint leaf. Had to stop and take a closer look at this nice blue Chevy. So I'm looking through the comments today. I see a little bit of confusion. I don't care about politics, and I don't do politics, and a lot of times people try to figure you out. A lot of subscribers today, for some reason, will only follow people who are like-minded in their political views. So I got a lot of people that are just pushing around trying to figure out what I'm all about because they won't follow a YouTuber unless they're in accordance with the person's political views. I don't give a crap about politics. Talk to me about fishing, talk to me about cars, talk to me about food. Those are the things we discuss on this channel, and it's really frustrating as a YouTube creator to constantly have my new subscribers trying to figure me out. I don't think that's really what matters, and if it matters to you that much, I just like to spit the truth no matter what it is, and to just kind of look at things from a neutral point of view and just not focus so much on the things that are out of my control. Focus on the things that are actually in my control, like my household, my family, and helping other people, which is important to me. My YouTube strategy is to always bring a lot of different diverse content to this platform, but the internet signal has been so bad recently that I'm actually going to try to switch up my strategy and maybe start editing videos and see if that kind of helps in some way or another, because I'm really struggling a lot to be able to get signal for uploading my videos both at home and on the street with my devices. There's just nowhere in Southwest Florida where I can get signal. When I hit the road, I can upload like 10 videos a day or whatever. Then my YouTube views go through the roof. But as soon as I get back into Southwest Florida, I cannot find places with good signal, and it's really starting to affect the bottom line of this YouTube channel. So I think I might have to find a different strategy, and the strategy might be to try to create some edited videos explaining stuff in detail. But I'll be honest, I like being out in the street. Like, I hate being at home, and I know it's kind of lazy of me to say that, but I like being out on the street. Like, I like being out and about, driving, uploading, recording live videos, and I really hate the notion of recording something and then coming home to talk about it on an edited video. I just don't think it's natural, and a lot of my YouTubers, like subscribers that love my channel, will probably tell you the same thing, that they like that real natural vibe. Alright, so now we're approaching downtown Fort Myers, and I'm going to ask you guys, this video is on 1080p. Normally when I record with the GoPro, it records in 4K, and I upload a 4K video. On this video, it's 1080p. I want to ask you guys if you guys think the quality is good enough for your viewing requirements, or if you prefer the 4K video. The problem with the 4K videos is that it's taking me like 24-30 hours to upload a video from home if it's 4K, because again, we're working off of a Netgear hotspot type thing. I don't understand why there's so much lack of infrastructure in Southwest Florida, where we can't get none of these things. As you guys saw, where we live is kind of further out into the woods, away from the city, kind of more rural, so it's really hard to get signal. But even when you venture into the urban areas, there just isn't any infrastructure here for telecommunications. Like, I've been in places in Mississippi, and I can upload a 30-minute video in 15-17 minutes. Yet here in Southwest Florida, I don't know what it is, but there's no phone signal anywhere. Like today, I recorded a 30-minute video, and I'm still struggling to get it off my phone. I've been at it all day long. It's really upsetting that I can't get the infrastructure that I need. I got no problem spending the money. It's just, where is it? Like, where can I get it? What can I do? Like, I literally have I'm not afraid to invest money and to get the infrastructure. There's just nothing in place that I can use to upload faster, and it's becoming really frustrating. And well, it's outside of my control. Hey, watch out! You're gonna back into my truck, lady. And being on the road, I love being on the road. I don't have a problem with being on the road, but it is extraordinarily expensive. It literally eats up like all the profit I make off YouTube gets spent when I hit the road like I've been doing lately. So hitting the road every month back to back probably won't happen. Like, especially now with taxes coming around, we got to take care of that. We got to take care of a lot of other stuff. Like, I just realized like my tags and my insurance and a bunch of other stuff starting to expire. Like, I just looked at my trailer today and the tags are expired. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. So it's like I got a lot of things I got to do for my personal life. I still want to, I'm working on Katie's real estate license. I'm working on getting me a GED and getting me a drone license and a bunch of other small things that I got to do in the background. That eats up a lot of money. So if I'm out there spending money on the road, like, I don't have a tree that produces money. I don't think you guys realize that. I've had a lot of people asking me, how are you able to afford traveling across the whole country? You'll find out it's going to come to an end eventually, because money doesn't grow on trees. I did it for a while and it was very expensive. But now moving forward, we'll see what happens. Maybe we will. Who knows? But it is what it is right now. When you think about how much we've traveled, wouldn't you say it's astonishing is the word I'm looking for? How much we've been able to do, me and Katie. Like, we've been to Michigan twice. Like, I can't even count how many road trips across America we have taken. We've seen 25 states in the last year. Like, when I left Naples, like, almost 2 years ago, I would have never imagined that in 2 years we would have traveled so much and did so much for this YouTube channel. So it is incredible what we've done so far. And the more we do, the more it grows, the more we'll be able to do. But nonetheless, traveling is expensive this year. Like, in the last year, travel costs between fuel and hotels have like doubled or tripled. What we could have done back then was $1,700, now it costs like $3,600. So it's kind of frustrating. One way we could definitely refuel the channel would be if I sold some of the things I've been purchasing recently, like work equipment. I have a piece of land that's an investment. I just don't want to get rid of the things I have to be able to fund the YouTube channel, but it may have to come to that because I started a business here in Fort Myers, which I invested like $40,000 to $50,000 in equipment into a business, and the phone hasn't rang once in the last month. I'm not even exaggerating. It's that bad. I think I've done like 5 or 6 jobs in 8 months in Fort Myers, so it doesn't seem like there's enough work in this area, or that my marketing strategy here isn't the one it needs to be, which is mostly people will just hire somebody else and they'll work for nothing. But I don't want to, I like to be hands-on with my customers, and that worked well in Naples, where there's a lot of really wealthy people and they'll pay whatever if they like you, and in Alabama, where it's hard to find workers. But here there's an abundance of workers and people are willing to work for anything apparently. So my working I don't know, just the whole thing's not working. So I could sell the work equipment that I have and then grab that money and say, okay, we're gonna road trip across America like really hard during the summer. But I'm not even gonna exaggerate. I've already blown through $30,000 investing into our YouTube channel in the last little bit here, and I just don't know how much more I could do. You know, the YouTube channel grows every time we take these road trips, but it's kind of intimidating. I kind of like the balance of having like the internet on one side and the junk removal on the other side. If one thing doesn't work, the other one will. But to be solely dependent on YouTube for an income source, it's kind of been nice that the business hasn't been active too, because it's given me a lot more free time to work on my growing my YouTube channel, which is kind of what I really want to do. I don't want to go back to the junk business, to be honest. But it's kind of like I keep investing in the things that used to make me money but no longer make me money and no longer are contributing to where I need to be. It's like the things that helped push me forward are not holding me back. But that's business and investing, and I'm not losing any money in this process. This isn't like, oh, I'm taking a huge loss. No, these are things that I paid off cash. It's like I financed my stuff. I don't believe in getting into too much debt for businesses. Once something's paid off, you can invest whatever you want into it because there's no debt. So we're crossing the bridge. We're officially entering North Fort Myers, which is right next to Cape Coral, north of the Caloosahatchee River. Of course, US 41. These roads weren't around in the early 1900s. Just the Caloosahatchee was a transportation network here, and that's why people were actually pirating the boats, like up until like the 1920s or something like that. I know that sounds kind of crazy, pirating in the 1920s in Southwest Florida, but this place has changed a lot over time. North Fort Myers is another district that's struggling. I think, you know, the Palm Beach district of Fort Myers is struggling because of what we mentioned. This district is struggling because of the addiction. People here, and there's great communities here and great businesses, actually. Really great, friendly people. And I'm not saying it's just to say, like, I really mean it. Like, there's a barbecue place a little bit further down the road that's really awesome. We go to there a lot. I can't remember their name, but they're really awesome. It's kind of like a hometown secret. Where only the locals go to, and it's really weird because like this is an urban area, but you walk in a little barbecue place and it feels like you're in Alabama or like middle Mississippi somewhere. It's that country, but it's not. It's like the middle of Fort Myers. It's kind of weird, but good little hometown spot there, that barbecue place. Really good ratings on it as well. It's really one of the best barbecue places around, to be honest. Their food's really good and the service is always on point. Really good little barbecue place, and I think it's like about a mile down the road here on 41. We're going to take a left here on Pondella. But if you go about a mile more down the road on the left, it's there. Great little barbecue place. Alright, so now we're on Pondella, heading towards Cape Coral. Eventually we'll be in Cape Coral. And there's a little Puerto Rican restaurant called La Casita Boricua or something like that. Nice little Puerto Rican restaurant. It's a big blue building with a giant Puerto Rican flag and a mural. You can't miss it. The exact site we're at right now was really infamous a while back for a road rage incident that sent one man into serious injury. The man road raged. They were trying to do some street racing right here in this little strip. They were trying to close down the road so they can do some street racing, and the man tried to stop them, and then they, you know, took care of him real quick, and a lot of people went out and said, oh, the guy was a victim of road rage, and a lot of people were like, no, he kind of If there people are doing illegal activity like blocking a road to do some street racing, and you decide that you're gonna stop them, you're not a cop. You're just asking for trouble. Don't ever put yourself. You're not a cop. Are you getting paid to do this? You know, like he thought he was gonna be a hero, and he just put himself in a very dangerous spot, and some very gangster people gave him a very gangster beating. So stay out of the way. How hard is it to stay out of the way? Let people, you ain't law enforcement. If you want to snitch and call the cops, snitch and call the cops. Let them be the ones to handle it. They're going to pay about an hour to do it. They'll take their time and make sure they make a 10-hour scene out of it. That's what they get paid to do, apparently. But you're not a cop. Don't put yourself in danger. If somebody road rages you, I always tell people, I keep repeating this on my channel because I've seen so many incidents that could have been avoided by the simple act of just keep it moving. Don't interact with somebody. Somebody's road raging you, just drive the other way. Pull into an exit, even if you're not going into that business. You don't have to keep driving on that same road and continue to be, you know, like right now if somebody's road raging me, I would just pull into a business, pull a U-turn, and just get out of that person's way. Don't engage people, because that's how you get yourself into problems you don't need. There's that little Puerto Rican restaurant right there on the left. Pretty good spot. Hey, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.